What's going on, guys? Welcome to VBTV. Today we're going to play Grim Dawn. This is an action RPG by Crate Entertainment. Now, Crate Entertainment is responsible for a game a couple years ago called Titan Quest. This game's kind of like Diablo 2 and Path of Exile. It does not have seasons or league ladders, so no rankings at the moment. I don't know if they have plans in the future to introduce that. But it does have multiplayer, so you can join someone else's game or host your own up to 5 players. And you can turn on PvP, which is kind of nice. There's 4 difficulty levels: normal, veteran, elite, and ultimate. If you beat the game on veteran, you get elite. If you beat it on elite, you get ultimate. There's also hardcore mode, meaning that if your character dies, it's permanent death. You can never use your character again. For the sake of this playthrough, I'm not going to use hardcore, because if I die or make some stupid mistake because I suck, this playthrough gets ruined pretty fast. So we're going to create a character here, and we're going to name him Sir Henry. We're going to make him male, and we're just going to do standard, but I am going to do veteran difficulty, not normal. So we're going to do the main campaign. Now, the intro of this has a short, couple-minute cutscene explaining the game, basically, the story of the game. So I'm not going to talk through that. You guys can fast forward if you want, and we're going to get to that right now.
You seem surprised.
It's been a while since we had it. How long will it hold?
I've never entrapped a being like this. But the bonds hold for now.
How do we dispose of it?
I'm just a witch. You're the surgeon.
If it bleeds, I can kill it. How do you kill a spirit, though?
If you kill the mortal vessel while it's bound, the spirit may perish within. If it escapes,
It's listening to us. What are you? Others of your kind nameless, ethereal. Why have you invaded our world? Your world. We existed first. We were manageable European gods. Your part opened the veil, and now we return to reclaim what by right should be ours.
I've heard enough of this rubbish. Let's hang it.
Destroy this vessel, and I will find another. I have tasted its desires, emotions. Your kind is weak. You have already lost this war. Do it.
Captain!
Cut him down.
What? Are you mad? Better safe than sorry.
The spirit has fled.
This is a human now.
The captain is correct. When they awaken, they will remember a thing.
The Ethereal is right. The war is lost. We're a resistance now, and we need every human survivor we can call to our cause. Maybe this one here can still guide us on. If they ever wake up, send them to me. If they don't, bury it deep with the others.
Alright, so that was the intro. We were possessed by an ethereal. So this is the game world. This is Devil's Crossing. Now, typical ARPG buttons, I'll go over them really quickly. Mouse wheel, you can scroll in and out. If you press in mouse wheel, you can turn the game world, the view like this. You can also do that by pressing the brackets to the left of the /? Key, and it does it in a smoother manner. You can press I for your inventory. Now, this game's pretty complex in its systems, which I'll get into in other videos as we progress through the game. Now, it has 10 different resistances, so if you guys like theory crafting or loot and really crunching numbers and stuff, this game is for you. It's got vitality, aether, I think that's how you say it, chaos, all sorts of different resistances. Now it has 3 main attributes in the game, which is physique, cunning, and spirit. Physique is pretty much like your overall health and health regen, your ability to have, gives you strength to fight in heavier gear. Cunning's more physical damage, melee and range attacks with critical strikes and stuff. Spirit is for your caster abilities, your energy, which is like mana in other games. So you get bonus magical damage, bonus duration damage, bonus energy regen. There's also offensive ability and defensive ability. So if you put a point in the skill tree, you'll see... I lost my train of thought. In the skill tree, you'll see, which I can't show you yet until I level up, you get points to put in, and they give you points towards your offensive ability and defensive ability. So you would get, better chance for critical strikes and landing range and spells, stuff like that. Defense, the opposite. Defense, So it also has damage per second, which is nice to know. And you can augment things like in Path of Exile. So you find these components around the world, and you put the 3 together, and it becomes like a gem kind of thing. And then you can augment. It limits what it says. Some are for armor, some are for weapons, some are for all. But you can augment every little thing that you get, add bonus stats. So there's so much loot, and there's so much stuff to do in this game. It's really, really fun. Now, Jay will bring up your faction menu. Now, the ethereals are those things that possessed us. We're hostile towards them. These are like the dead things walking around the world, hostile. Now, Devil's Crossing are the humans that saved us, and we're tolerated. So the more that we do quests for them, we gain reputation. And as we gain reputation, we can actually use things in their town, which we'll get to in another video, because that's another quest. When you unlock the town, and then you have a bounty table and all sorts of things. So we're going to talk to our hangman Jarvis here.
Still drawing breath, I see. You're one lucky bastard, I'll give you that. Best go speak to Captain Bourbon right away. He seems to have a plan for you.
All right, where is the captain? Oh, whoops.
You were possessed.
All right, so where's the captain?
Up the road.
I will be on my way. Now, normally I would not skip things like that, but that would make this game so long because there's so much to read. So you guys could do that on your own time. Now, to attack, you just right-click, just like this. Now, if you want to attack while standing in place, you just hold Shift down. So that's pretty cool. You can bind all abilities to this bar right here and to the right-click mouse. Now, I'm going to bind the healing potion to number 2 key because I just find it easier for me to use. So we're going to go up to the map here. And as you can see, there's a rift here, this little circle that's over here. These are your fast travel. That color means you've secured it and unlocked it, and you can travel to it. You can open up a personal rift at any time by pressing L like this. You walk up to the rift, go in. Now, you can travel to anything that looks like this. Now, we haven't gone anywhere, so we can't. But as you can see, this game world is pretty big. Now, I played about 6 hours, and I've gotten from here all the way up to here, and I didn't do everything. So this game is definitely gigantic. Now, just as an example, let's say you're in combat, you're about to die, and you open a rift real quick. You can run in and teleport away if you're quick enough. So that's just a tip I found. Now, let's talk to this captain.
You're not looking too bad for someone just come back from
Hey, thanks, buddy.
You were taken, possessed by the same creatures.
What is it you want me to do?
Are rising again in some horrible unlife. You will need to fight your way through Lower Cross.
All right. So we have to go to Burial Hill and kill a bunch of zombies. So we have to go into the cave. So let's get into this. The game world, as you can see, is pretty beautiful. It's really grim looking. They did a great job with the art style. It's not procedurally generated. It's handcrafted. So every part of this map was done by a person, which adds a nice little flair to it. So we're going to pick that up. There's these crates you can open. Oh, let me kill him real quick. Now, you see that bar that goes up every time I kill one of these creatures right here? That's your experience bar. So once it gets filled up, you level up, and then I can show you the class system. Because there's no character creation, traditional character creation, so you can't change faces or things like that, which is kind of a bummer, but it's alright, because there is a dual class system. So you get to pick one of 6 classes, which I'll show you. And then at level 10, you get to pick a second class if you want. So that's a neat thing. Now, I'm going to go into my inventory and see... I can't wear that. Alright. Thought I picked up another weapon. Maybe I'll pick one up. Yeah, there's a weapon. Maybe it'll do more damage. And you just highlight over something and it'll show like what's in your hand. Oh, it's the same thing. And you can kind of compare the stats if you want. Now there's so many little things and corners to explore. You don't want to stand in that cloud right there because that does damage over time. Now what I'm hoping for is to level up pretty soon. There's also guns in this game, which I really enjoy. Because I like the whole, you know, swords and armor thing, but having guns adds another level. So I can't wear that yet, but see this gun? So it's two-handed, it has 20% armor piercing. Its speed is very slow, but it does a lot of damage. So if we hold shift and just shoot over there, wow, that range is really good. So that's nice. I'm probably going to go with, iron bits are the currency of the game. So everything you buy is based off of that and trade. There we go. That's what I wanted to show you. So every time you level up, you get points to put in your attributes here. Now, since I'm going for more of a mage build to start, we're going to go into Spirit. And then you can hit S to bring up your class selection. So there's Soldier, Demolitionist, Occultist, Nightblade, Arcanist, and Shaman. Soldier is kind of like your tank knight. Demolitionist has dual-wielding pistols and bombs and things. Occultist, you can summon pets. Nightblade's your typical like assassin character. Arcanist is pretty much a mage, and this is kind of like a druid. Now, this is the class system. You get points right here every time you level up. Now, you can respec any of these points in this box right here, but you can't respec these over here. So if I put 1 point here, I can't take that back. But if I put a point in this, later on when we open up the town, we can actually pay iron bits to respec and change. Now, this is my first ability I'm going to pick, which is the Panetti's Replicating Missile. It's a long-range AoE kind of spammable spell. And every time it hits an enemy, it shoots out in 4 directions, so it also does damage in a crowd, which is really good. My second ability, I'm going to pick this, Inner Focus. You get +3 Spirit and +2% offensive ability, which I showed you earlier. And that's it. So now we're going to have to bind that ability, so we're going to right-click and go here. And there we go. It's a very fast, spammable spell. Now our damage per second is 41. So we're a little bit stronger now. And we're going to keep looting around here and head towards Burial Hill. Now this is the rarity in the game. Green is rare. I believe blue is epic. Let me see. Magic is yellow. Rare is green. Blue is epic. And that purple kind of color is legendary. Now, you can't get legendary, I believe, until level 50 enemies, so we won't have to worry about that for a while. Now, these are notes in the games. There's notes and logs and things you could pick up. Now, you right-click and you get lore bonus, which is really useful later in the game as you find more and more. Now, you can read this on your own time. It just kind of expands the lore and the story. They did a pretty good job writing, I think. Now, we can put on pants, so... we have 18 armor instead of 12, so we're going to go ahead and put that on. We're going to use this gun right here, and we're going to put this shield up. So now we have 15% chance to block 25 damage and block recovery, so that's nice. And we have 12% armor piercing now, 45 fire damage, 7% fire damage, plus 8 offensive ability. And it's an 8% chance that it'll launch a fireball on attack, dealing 21 to 37 fire damage, and 50% chance of stun. So that's a really good weapon to have in the start. So let's go test it out. We're going to go search this. Here we go. I want to try... there's that fireball. Is that a fireball? No. I thought that was a fireball. There's that fireball. So it's a much faster weapon. And it does decent damage. So combined with this and that, we should be good for the beginning of the game. Now you press M to bring up your map, and you can press that to bring up the world map. And you just kind of have to follow it. There's no real, like, you can't shift click or something and set a marker. So you kind of just have to go without hand holding through the world. So we're gonna go over here. The sound in this game is really, really good too. It's just, overall, they just did such a good job. Now, scrap is used to repair bridges and things, which I'll show you in the next video, because I think that's the second mission, is to gather scrap. So we're just gonna level up here, I think, with this log. Okay, no, we still need a little bit more experience. Now, like I said, there's tons of loot in this game. It's amazing. You'll never get bored of loot. So, see how good this spell is? That AoE, that's why I always pick it. I'm gonna head over this way. Gotcha. Now we're gonna see what we can put on. So we have boots. Those pants are no good. No good. Alright, so we're good. Just gonna keep on going to use the map to get around. So we can't. Now see, you can destroy this kind of stuff here. I don't know if it does anything, but I just like to do it just in case it drops some sort of loot. I'm a loot whore, so. Another cool thing is you see these insects, they're at war with those walking zombie things. So they'll be fighting in the world as you move around, which is neat to see. There's some zombies. That damage. Whoop. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and kill all these guys. Is there a boss over here? Oh, there. Okay, so that's a boss. He's not gonna be that strong in the start. But you still should kite him. So just hit and go. So I'm holding shift to stand still and attack him. Alright, he's dead. Now every time you kill a boss, there's going to be this orb right here. And you just hit it and you get a shit ton of loot. Now the loot in this game is really good. I know a lot of games you don't really get good loot, but this one they give you a lot of good loot. Now this is one of the components that I was talking about. So we're going to pick up that component, and it's right here. Now, if you look at it, it says partial component 1 of 3. So we need 2 more of these to combine. And they make a component that we can augment. It says using shields, caster off hands, rings, head, and chest armor. And it will give +2 physique, +2 cunning, and +2 spirit. So that's a really nice item to have. I hear another zombie somewhere. So let me just check real quick. Can I wear this? Yeah, okay, so this is cool. So this is a quilted circlet of the tortoise. We get 12 armor, +3 spirit, some energy regen. We get more light radius and some armor. So we're going to replace... Okay, so that adds different abilities. Alright, that's nice. So that one's definitely better to have. Cool. I'm going to kill these zombies here, and we'll level up. And then I'm going to end the video here. And we'll take care of the quest in the next video. Got him. So we're going to hit I, go to our attributes. I'm going to add another one to spirit. I'm going to hit S again. I'm going to show you the devotional tree real quick, even though I don't have any devotional points. Now, I'm going to zoom out. There's 5 different affinities. So you get devotional points for every shrine that you cleanse and offer a sacrifice. And as you can see, this is really expansive. So for instance, if I put a point here, I get +5% health. Then if I move down here, I get 85 poison damage over 5 seconds, plus 10% poison damage with 30% increased duration. So across this tree, you start to get really powerful. These are all passive abilities. So now we're going to go in our skill tree. We're going to add 1 more point here. I'm going to add another in the replicating missile. And this time, no, I'm going to add 2. So now we have 41 elemental damage and 12 energy cost. So yeah, so we're good now. So now this will be more powerful. It'll also use more energy, but that's okay if we're smart about it. So I'm going to go over here, see if there's anything good. Nope. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really like this game. Let me know if you want to see me play it some more. I do. I want to keep going. I want to build my characters up. I want to see just how strong I can get and what kind of loot I can find. So the game is Grim Dawn. It's on Steam. It's about 25 bucks. It's definitely worth it. It's jam-packed with content. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.